welcome back, everybody, to season 2 of Quickshots at, well, it's not Quickshots at Stush anymore. Now it's gonna be kind of in different places. So in this case, it's Quickshots at Adam's house. I'm at my friend Adam's house. He's actually behind the camera. Since I missed so many like cultural cinematic milestones this year, I decided it would probably be best if I just put them all into one video instead of trying to space them out, because if I try and space them out, I'll never catch up. I'll be doing a Black Panther review like next year. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was fantastic. It really improved on the formula that it already had from the previous movie, where it just has this kind of perfect combination of human drama and action and stuff like that. But I think this movie did it even better. I like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 over the first one. I especially like how the way that they do the character development, which was really good in this time around. They divided the cast into sets of 2, and then each of them had their own emotional arcs, and then they all came together like puzzle pieces and had a stronger whole at the end of the movie. And the villain was great. I loved everything about the perspective of this kind of it's like, what if God had the mind of a man, you know, where he just has all of this hubris, and he's very self-centered, literally. It was good. It was pretty good. And the soundtrack was amazing as usual. I'm liking the resurgence of the soundtrack that's kind of happening now, where it's like it's what you describe as a jukebox movie, where it's playing other people's songs. It's not like, I mean, stuff was made for the movie, like orchestral scores, but it's a lot of popular music from, I think this time it's like what is it, like the 80s? I think the genre was different, I don't remember, but really like it. Great movie. Should I give these star ratings? Can't bother. It's good. SpiderMan Homecoming. You're gonna hear me saying this a lot because most of the movies I'm talking about are Marvel movies. SpiderMan Homecoming was very good. I liked it a lot. I don't know what of these movies I would describe as excellent anyways, but SpiderMan Homecoming was really good. I like the whole thing where Marvel is kind of allowing these directors to use their different genres to their advantages. So Spider-Man Homecoming is, you know, a high school movie. It's this, but it's not doing the same things that the original Spider-Man did. And I just like the way that everything unfolds. I like the idea of Tony Stark as a father figure. I like the villain, and the fact that the villain is also, like, there are these two father figure arcs going on. The villain is a father figure as well. He's literally the father of the love interest. And so his whole story where he's like, he doesn't like how they've been screwed over, and he's kind of a Robin Hood character, but also not, because he's just trying to make a living and he's just trying to protect his family. And also another great villain. He's also good. I liked him more than I liked the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy. And I liked the action sequences. I wish I could have seen the last one better because it was in the dark. But otherwise, great movie. I keep on wanting to give them ratings at the end, but I also don't have the effort for it. So, yeah, good movie. Next one. So, with Justice League, I entered with very low expectations. Basically, I've put myself in a position with DC movies where I'm like, I shouldn't bother caring about them anymore. I should just be grateful for the things that are in there that I like. And I don't know if it was specifically because of that, or just because this is objectively a better movie than the other DC movies have been so far, except for maybe Wonder Woman. But this movie was okay. You know, there wasn't anything so offensive about it that I thought it ruin the movie. I didn't like the CG on Steppenwolf. The mustache replacement was like, it made me ill, but everything else is pretty good. I liked the way that the characters interacted with one another. I liked most of the action sequences, although as usual I wish I could see more. I thought some of the scenes were a bit odd, but it's like whatever, that's expected. It's better than, it's leagues ahead of Suicide Squad and Man of Steel, and again, Wonder Woman was alright. But the one thing that I'm going to say is the best thing about the movie is the logo. When the movie started, and it starts with like the logo flapping on black fabric like a flag, I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And from then, it just colored the rest of my perception of the whole movie. So, man, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was enjoyable. Thor Ragnarok was very good. I need to come up with a different descriptor at some point, but it was a good year. I was excited for a lot of stuff that came up. I liked Thor especially for it revitalizing the Thor franchise. It saved the character, because if you like Thor, fine, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but he's just like, there's like nothing, like, he isn't particularly interesting or compelling or anything. It's the reason why people like Loki so much, because Loki is basically Thor, only more interesting, because he has just all of this stuff going on, and he's like, he feels that he's owed certain things, and he has all these flaws. Loki's so flawed, and only in Thor 1 was Thor's flaws really a plot point. In this one, the whole thing, I mean, the jokes are so good. It's a really funny movie. The whole aesthetic, everything has changed, and Thor just seems like less of a stick in the mud. He's far more interesting as a character, and by the end of it, the status quo has changed so much. You're like, what could possibly happen from here in terms of the Thor universe? Asgard is annihilated. What's gonna happen? You don't know. Also, I liked Hela. I didn't find her compelling, but I liked her as a thing to fight. I thought her powers were cool, and the performance was great. Everybody's performances were great. Okay, so now we have reached the point in this video that basically the whole thing was culminating towards Black Panther. This movie is so good, you guys. It's really good. Basically, everything that could be good about this movie was good. It's all of the acting, like every actor did a fantastic job. I didn't feel anybody going like, oh, it's a bit much, or oh, nice line read. I thought everybody was great. They pulled off all of their characters perfectly. All the characters are great. The story, like, it's a simple story, but that doesn't mean that it isn't grand. It's an epic story. I've heard people describe it as Shakespearean, which is understandable considering what happens. Man, this movie, like, it's so good. All the action sequences are great. The last one was in the dark. I'm being vague to help out Adam here because he hasn't watched it yet. But the last one was in the dark. I wish it wasn't in the dark, but it was still, the whole is just so good. Everybody's performances. This is a Black Panther, and the villain is so good. Best villain, hands down. Best Marvel villain, hands down, 100%. It could be my bias showing, but honestly, out of all of the other villains that were really good out of the Marvel canon, I'm thinking people like Vulture was also good. I'm thinking Zemo, his motivations were good. Killmonger is the best. He's the most compelling, he's the most interesting, and you will see his perspective. But yeah, I wasn't giving the rest of them star ratings, but 10 out of 10 for Black Panther. 15 out of 10 for Black Panther. Okay, so that's it. Between 2017 and this year, it's been a pretty good year for superhero movies. And I'm looking forward to the Marvel movies for the rest of the year. I definitely want to say Ant-Man and Wasp because I liked Ant-Man a lot. And I think this should be better because it won't have any of those weird directory issues that happened with Ant-Man. And I'm not super excited about Infinity War, but I still want to see it anyways, so. Because Black Panther's in it. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to season 2. And see you guys later. I still don't have a catchphrase.